NASCAR Nextel Cup Series racing from Chicagoland Speedway is brought to you by Chevy, the winningest name in racing, and American Revolution. By Budweiser, the official beer of NASCAR. Grab a cold one, the race is on. By UPS, the official express delivery company of NASCAR. UPS, we're going to race the truck. People love the truck. And by State Farm. Great service, great race. That's why 40 million drivers trust State Farm.
Matt Kenseth coming around to complete lap 73 at the Chicagoland Speedway. Leads Greg Biffle, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, and Jimmy Johnson. And Edwards is the man on the move. Here's the Wendy's race menu. Next week, we're in New Hampshire over on TNT. Our coverage begins with the Bank of America countdown to green at 1:30 Eastern Time. And then 2 weeks from today, Pocono. And we move on to the Brickyard and we return to NBC. And then the road course at Watkins Glen. Our Wendy's race menu. NBC and TNT taking you to the checkered flag at Homestead and the new Nextel Cup Series champion. You've been watching Carl Edwards, right?
I have. Good. The problem with Carl Edwards, the dreaded arrow push. He's caught the 29 car, but now if he gets close enough to him, he gets that arrow push behind the 29, not able to get it off the corner. Turn it off the corner.
You see him moving up the racetrack. Right. He's trying to get away from that. He's trying to find an area where it's not going to affect his nose.
And if the 99 gets around the 29, that'd be a few more points for Carl Edwards. And last week, after his disappointing finish, he was trying to figure out exactly where he was in the championship race.
We got on the plane after Daytona, you know, after we crashed our Pennzoil Ford the other week. And I was sitting on the plane. I was looking at the point sheet. And I started to do a little math, and my crew chief, Bob Osborne, looked at me and he says, don't torture yourself. Don't do it, you know. And it's like, man, we left there, I think, 12th. We would have been 7th if we would have finished in the top 6. And, man, it is. It's something that you can't pay too much attention to it. But, man, it's right there, and it is an elevator. That's for sure. We've been riding it.
They've been up and down on that elevator. A couple of weeks ago, they were 4th, now 12th in the championship standings.
And they get by the Kevin Harvick car, both Jeff Burton, 99 car of Carl Edwards and the 48 of Johnson.
Right.
This is right about the time we're going to see some tire issues like Carl Long just had right front go down. So this is right in the time where these guys have run enough laps on these tires. We could start seeing some problems.
The 44 car of Terry Labonte going to the garage with a broken shock, we're being told. So a disappointing day for Terry, the 2-time series champion. On board with Edwards. That 48 does look to get better as the race goes along. Let's check in on, let's check it on the 99 first.
Well, Carl's doing an excellent job, and as we look at the championship standings, the race to the chase updated as of this lap. Carl's doing an excellent job. I talked to Carl and crew chief Bob Osborne this morning talking about the championship, and they said they feel like they've really dodged their 2 biggest bullets, Sonoma and Daytona. Those are the ones they're worried about. The other one they're worried about left on the schedule, Watkins Glen. Dave?
Marty, right behind Carl Edwards. Jimmy Johnson has been very patient with that race car. He's been getting a lot of encouragement from on top of the pit box here. But remember, he fell back to as low as 7th or 8th, I think, and has worked his way back up. Again, being patient with that car. And Wally, you mentioned trying to save those tires, make sure he doesn't abuse them.
Oh, crash! Carl Edwards hard in the wall up in turn 3.
And you have to guess that could have been a tire.
We were just talking about it, that this is the time where you got to start looking at these tires, and that's a pretty good bet.
Marty?
I want to go to the pit road, Bobby.
He had just told the guys, Bill, I need to come in. We're about 2 laps from pit stops. Bob Osborne had told him, the crew chief, but obviously that was a right front for Carl Edwards. They had said nothing about it, so obviously it gave him no indication either, because he said nothing on the radio about a tire possibly going down.
And he cut across the grass so he could get, well, he's going to go to his, is he going to the pits, or he's going to stop
all backwards?
Yeah.
They're going to close pit lane for that.
And they'll just take that to the, they'll spin it around and take it to the garage.
Man, right there.
I can't believe he can steer the car.
I can't either.
Man, he pounded that wall.
He knew he wasn't going to make it another lap, didn't he? That's why he took the shortcut across the grass. Take a look.
Just keep your eye on the right front. You really didn't see anything happen, but it definitely went down. When a car shoots up the racetrack like that. because of a tire.
Wow. That's the safer barrier.
Let's go on board with him and listen.
Wall hard, guys.
Bobby Hudson, the spotter, said in the wall hard, and this is real time here.
You know, from that angle, it doesn't look like a hard hit, but when you're riding down the car and getting the wall, you can tell how hard these cars hit the wall.
Then you look at the damage. Carl out of the car, and he was just talking about the elevator he was on, and that elevator's going the wrong way right now. This will be a huge hit in the championship points.
We had just seen the points as they run,
right,
and he was all the way to the penthouse. He had gained 4 spots, and he was looking good, and now he went back down to the basement.
And right now, he scored in 37th, but he could lose a few spots. The rest of the field will be happy to see pit road.
And this is actually probably a better indication on what your tires are doing right now. When you get these tires off the cars after they've run 50 laps or whatever it's been, instead of 25, this is where you'll start seeing the tires blistered or in trouble.
80 laps complete. Matt Kenseth leads them down pit road. We start with Marty.
And Bill, Greg Biffle had just started to voice some concern about possibly blistering one of his tires as well. He'll come to pit road in the 2nd position. A lot of debate as to what they were going to change on the car. They're going to go down or up on the track bar. They're also going to make a wedge adjustment actually down the track bar for Greg Biffle. Alan?
Well, Matt Kenseth took the lead at lap 66. Just a small air pressure adjustment on his car. A lot of radio conversation about fuel pressure and concerns about dropping fuel pressure on this car, Dave.
The car still won't turn the way Jimmy Johnson wants it to, so the wrenches went back through the rear window. Wedge and track bar. 4 tires on Jimmy Johnson, and he's going to win the race. Maybe up pit road, Matt.
The 6 team over adjusted on the first stop. Marks the car got way too tight, also wanted some water. They made a chassis adjustment and cleaned the windshield. He was planning on pitting on lap 81 before the caution came out.
So Jimmy Johnson and that Chad Knaus-led crew pick up the lead coming off of pit road.
Man, it looked like Kenseth took the lead.
Boy.
Yeah, come on, Weber. Kenseth has the lead.
That's not what the graphic said.
Well, I know, but
I was looking.
What do your eyes say?
Well, I thought he beat him coming down there. Was flying down there, beat him off. Under caution at Chicago. Green flag at Chicagoland. Matt Kenseth does lead. Ken Schrader stayed out to get 5 bonus points. He ducked onto pit road, so Kenseth takes them to turn 1. Kevin LePage was the lucky dog. LePage gets the ballpark Lucky Dog Award. He was the first car off the lead lap. Gets back on the lead lap. So Kevin LePage, our ballpark Lucky Dog.
And number 37, currently 37th. Biffle trying to take a look at Jimmy Johnson. Closes up right on the back bumper.
Looks like he was trying to take a look at the bottom side of the car.
See, Kurt Busch in the 97 car drove by the 29 of Harvick last lap, closing in on the leaders. And Brian Vickers says, I think I'll pass Biffle.
Kyle Busch is going to pass him.
And both of them, maybe. Check this out.
I'll tell you what, this group is getting higher and higher as the race goes on.
Biffle for 2nd. Kyle Busch, I don't know, for 2nd or 3rd or something.
4th position.
Yeah.
Look at that outside go. Look at Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch both go by Biffle.
That's the best Johnson's cars looked early in a run. How about that 48, Dave?
One of the reasons why he can run this well at the beginning, Bill, is that they checked the tires real good, was what Jimmy Johnson was told. That means he can run a little bit harder than he did on the last run.
All right, what does that mean for these other guys? Biffle, the 16 car, does he have a tire situation, or is he just can't run now?
Hey, who can run is Kyle Busch.
Yep.
That 5 car. Uh-oh, we got a tire down on the 31.
There you go, Jeff Burton.
Left rear tires flat on that 31 car.
He's been up against something.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Now it's going to tear everything apart.
Caution is out.
Here, just put the left side tire on it. I'm coming back to you. Just put the left side tire on it.
He's got some crush panels out of that car and some other problems too.
And what happens when those crush panels go away? All the fumes, everything comes up inside the race car, and the driver has a hard time breathing. The carbon monoxide gets inside the car, all the fumes from.
There's the crush panels, yeah, and that's actually the piece that goes like along up above the fender.
So the caution out on lap 90, our third caution of the day.
Man, what a mess. And we heard Burton say, just go ahead, change left sides.
He may have made contact with somebody, because a tire going down that early, you either run something over or you make contact. Oh,
here we are on the very bottom.
There it is right here. Well, maybe not.
3 wide.
Yeah, that would do it right there. That would do it. Probably cut the sidewall when they made contact and went down in turn 1, and it was a yee-haw.
So Mike Wallace is the lucky dog. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll go down to the garage and hear from Carl Edwards.